What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Candy Rain, and I know I've been missing for a while, so I'm waiting for my people to come through. I have an event for us today on YouTube as well as Facebook, and I only came on YouTube right now, so I didn't go through Facebook just yet. Stevie Steve, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Big shout out to Stevie Steve. Big shout out to Stevie Steve. What's up, boo? So, I'm supposed to be bringing Facebook into Stevie Steve. What's up? No, I brought YouTube on. I'm about to bring Facebook on. We have a topic today, Stevie Steve, a juicy one, okay? It's a juicy topic. I gotta bring Facebook in. What's today, Monday, okay? How's your Monday going? Did you see the eclipse? I didn't see it. I'm just setting Facebook up right now. Yeah, did you get a chance to see that eclipse? Oh, it didn't get dark there, Steve? Okay. And you know what? I really didn't even I'm going to watch all the highlights. That's why I didn't worry about it, because I was like, I'm going to watch all the highlights and I'm going to see everything. So I didn't really worry about it. Hey to the new viewer in here. We're about to bring Facebook in, so that's all I'm doing right now. Okay. What's up, Facebook? I'm live right now on YouTube as well, so you'll see me go back and forth. That's what's going on. I want y'all to come in. We have an interesting topic today. If you got the invitation, then I hope you are here. I could not send out an invitation to everybody. I really feel like they should just have a button that says, invite all your friends. Maybe they do, and I just didn't know where to find it. So I invited the people that I could get to. It was time consuming, but everyone is invited. You see the heading. We are going to be talking about big backs, okay? Big backs like mine. Possibly big backs like yours. You know, look, it is what it is. If you part of the big back community, say hey, ho, hey, ho. We're going to get into it in a minute. I know, Stevie, right? Oh, girl. The video will be up at the end of the week, guys.
So we're waiting for them to come in or what?
No, I was just you know what? I wish that we could turn that stupid music off.
I can.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So y'all know I have to be prepared. I have to be prepared. I have to be prepared. That's right, Stevie Steve. That's what I'm talking about. You on it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Y'all heard what Stevie Steve said. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I love my YouTube family. So, guys, you remember a while back I was doing Enjoying the Journey Along the Way podcast. So that's what this is. I'm picking it back up. We took a break. We've been going for a minute. Now I'm back. It's the podcast. Oh, now I'm back. It's the podcast. You know what I mean? So, what's up, Corey? I was going to be like, Corey ain't here. What is happening? Like, you said you was going to be here, and then you ain't even come. So, okay. So, yes, tonight we are going to be talking about BBW women. Is it the same, like, do men have that same acronym, but BBM? Because I don't know. Is it big, beautiful men? Like, is it the same thing? Like, we going to say, well, tonight is BBW and BBM because this is for the women and the men. So, first of all, going back to the journey along the way. So, like, whoever was not familiar with that whole podcast I was doing with Enjoying a Journey Along the Way, I have a mission statement right here. It will catch y'all up what that whole thing is about, okay? So Enjoying a Journey Along the Way mission is to help those of us struggling in any way, shape, or form with self-image issues. We aspire to do this by building a safe community of refuge and providing available resources. So listen, self-image issues, that can be a lot of different things. So the people that's struggling with their weight loss and they ain't, feeling so confident and things like that, that can be problematic. For the people who, struggling, if they, got hair issues, alopecia, things like that, that can be problematic. Some people been brought up in, what's that called, colorism. So they may have been feeling some sort of way about their complexion. Like, it's a lot of things that people feel insecure about, but they don't feel safe enough to talk about it. Be right back driving. Okay, Stevie, I'll be right here. So, I want us to have a safe place where we can talk about these things, And the first thing up, of course, is the weight loss. Because that's my thing, you know what I mean? That's what y'all been here with me with for a long time now. Like, how long we been tackling this weight journey? Come on. We've been tackling it for a while. It is not an easy thing. And unfortunately, people tend to write it off as just like, oh, they're just being lazy. You know what I mean? Just stay away from the fridge. Get in the gym. Do this, do that. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. So it's a lot of negative, stigma that come along with being overweight. So we're going to get into a lot of the different things. And daily, I'm going to have a different layer that I'm going to add to it. But I want to thank anybody who's going to tune in tonight, anybody who's going to watch the replay, and I ask you to share the live so that we can, get the message out there because it is a lot of people. Come on. Obesity is like one of the number one struggling things out here, so there's a lot of people affected by it. So, why are we here tonight, y'all? We're going to be getting into a heavy topic, pun intended, okay? The discrimination that we have to deal with, us heavy-set people. Yes, I have been discriminated against. Yes, I want to make a claim. J.G. Wentworth, I, Candy Rain, have been discriminated against, okay? So, people like to put titles on us. They like to tell us what we are. They like to tell us what we're not. And I'm quite sick of it, you know? So, just general stereotypes that you get classified as. So let's get into some of these. So if you're a bigger woman or a bigger man, you may have either heard of some of these things personally, or you may have heard it being referred to other people. Because, you know, every big person is not the same. You know, there is layers. You know, there's a smaller, you know, even with BBW, you have the SSBBW, you know, the super size. So it's levels to this. So everybody don't have the same issues. Everybody don't have the same exposure as far as problems and discrimination and things to that nature. But some of the things, if you are a bigger woman or a bigger man, that you may have heard is that because you're bigger, you're lazy, right? Okay? As if lazy is not something universal that people of all shapes, sizes, and creeds go through. Like, it's not reserved for big people. There are plenty of big people who are not lazy. That is not, you know, something that needs to just be attached to you because you are big. I'm sure everybody have lazy moments. You know what I mean? I most certainly do. But would I classify myself as lazy in general? No, I would not. But I have lazy moments, and I'm sure everyone has lazy moments. But like I said, this is something that is naturally presumed that if you're a bigger person, you're all the way lazy, okay? Another one, bad hygiene. So if you're a certain size, you're just going to assume you walking around funky, stinking, not reaching in them folds, you know, getting the areas good and all of that. So that is going to be a stigma attached to you if you are bigger, especially if you are way bigger. So y'all ain't never smell a stinking skinny person? I'm just saying, it's only reserved for big people, right? No thin people ever stink, right? So what I'm saying is, this is another thing that is attached to, you got some weight on you, you're going to be assumed that you just funking it up all the time, okay? Another thing, you're desperate. Oh, I can't have options, you know, you should just be lucky and thankful for anything you can catch out here, right? Because when you see a big person and they actually are with someone attractive, what do most people start saying and thinking? Either something along the lines of, oh, she must got money, she must pay his way or something, ain't no way he would be with her. Or the opposite, or, you know, vice versa. And if they don't go straight to the money, what he see in her, what she doing, or what he, you know. Is that right there? I don't know. But, yeah, so when you are bigger and everything, like I said, if you with somebody who is so-called attractive, oh my God, how the heck did he pull her? He is too fat, he must got money. Or he must just let her run over him or do all this stuff. Like, it can't just be that you a flawed individual also. Like, there has to be a motive. There has to be something attached to it, you know? So these are the stereotypes that we need to talk about. And we need to figure out, why is this a thing, okay? Also, you can't be sexy. How many movies do we see that when a big person is casted, what's their role? When a big person is casted, what is their role, okay? They're not usually casted as the sexy friend, okay? They're the funny friend. So now, because I'm fat, I gotta be funny, right? I gotta be funny. I'm the funny fat girl because I can't get the role of the sexy girl in the movie. They're automatically gonna say, oh, I got the perfect character for you. Okay. That's the thing. If you are a bigger person, you're going to automatically be assumed that you have low self-esteem. There are plenty of big people walking around here ready to put stuff on and wear things that even the smallest person won't wear. You know how many big people I've seen, myself probably included, because if you follow my page at all, you have seen me in a crop top, okay? Even this shirt right here has some belly spillage going on. And it's people that have not even half of my stomach that won't wear a crop top. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that because someone is bigger, that they automatically are, you know, insecure about their weight, about their image, and things to that nature. That's not a thing. Now, does that mean that you may not have an insecure moment? I think we all do that at times. I'm sure there's plenty of times that we all picked up an outfit in the mall and was like, oh, this is cute. And then you went and tried it on in the fitting room and it was not doing what it was doing on that hanger. Okay? And that just has to do with having a moment where you like, nope, this ain't it. You know what I mean? And even the most beautiful people, even the most beautiful people, right, have insecurities behind closed doors. There's something that a lot of people feel, you know, some sort of way about themselves or want to have this a little better or that a little better. It is not interchangeable to just a big person, okay? But for some reason, there's this thing where if you are a bigger person, you are presumed that you automatically are insecure. And you know that you automatically have low self-esteem. So another one, what is another stereotype? And if you know some stereotypes that I haven't hit, I want you to put it in the comments. Another stereotype is that if you're big, you're lazy in bed. You know, because I can't be flexible. What you mean you flexible? Ain't you 300 pounds? What kind? Okay. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably visit that site called Pornhub. That site called Pornhub. And if you have visited that site called Pornhub, okay, you go ahead and click on some of them big girls and see if they ain't getting folded all kinds of ways. Absolutely they are. Like, what are you talking about? So now flexibility is only stamped to thin, right? Or, you know, certain things that, what, you're not supposed to be able to ride the horse. You know what I mean? Like, listen, it's one of those things where you might be tired, but as soon as it comes to that, oh, these knees gonna work good, baby. Like, when it comes to that. So, you know, I'm just saying, don't stereotype and place labels on people based on their size. This is the thing. This may even be, I might be calling out something that you do or you've done, you know? So I'm just making it clear. Another thing is that people will assume that if you're bigger, you're out of shape. Excuse me? Well, you have to be out of shape. I mean, look at you. Being big is no more attached to being out of shape than being skinny is being attached to being in shape. You know how many skinny people right now that you told them run down the block, they can't do it for whatever reason. Don't assume. When I used to dance on Periscope, okay, I'd be on there at this exact same size. I'd be dancing for hours. And there's plenty of skinnier women who would comment and say, girl, I sat down a long time ago. How do you have so much energy? So, again, you based my stamina and my being able to keep up based off of my weight and how I look. But, again, that doesn't mean anything. You can't just assume by looking at someone what their health is, where they stand as far as, like I said, their stamina and things like that. So you shouldn't do it. Also, when you think of like words, sometimes people will put adjectives in front of it for you that you didn't ask for. So for instance, if I decide to call myself pretty, there are people out here that won't allow me to do that. Why? Because I'm missing finishing the sentence. It has to be pretty for a big girl. You know what I'm saying? I gotta finish the whole sentence. You can't just say you pretty and stop there. Put the comma. We're not gonna put a period here. Let's go on and put that comma like we supposed to and say pretty for a big girl. Wow, okay. Interesting. Same thing with being a model. If I want to just call myself a model, I can't just call myself a model. I'm missing adjectives. What are the adjectives that I'm missing? Plus size. Gotta make sure we put that, because then it makes the sentence valid. Okay, now we can accept it. But if we don't put the plus size in front of it to make it a valid statement, then it's like you're a model. Plus size. Okay. Woo! I thought you were just trying to say you were just a model. Like, okay, it all makes sense now. Right. Okay. So yes, these are things that are stereotypes that are placed on big people in the community of BBW, BBMs, our big, beautiful men out there. Also, when I was on Periscope and I used to come on there and dance, at this size, I was actually getting paid money to be a fitness instructor. However, if I was to tell someone at this size that I was a fitness instructor, how are you a fitness instructor? That doesn't even make any sense. You must be trolling. Oh, I'm trolling, right? Because I don't fit the imagery of a fitness instructor. Right. Because I'm not Billy Blanks, right? Ain't nobody say I was going there doing no Tae Bo. I just said I was a fitness instructor. You just started putting your own, assumptions into it. Didn't say I was a nutritionist, okay? I ain't no nutritionist, but I was a fitness instructor. And the people who look like me, that would feel more comfortable keeping up with me, as opposed to Billy Blanks, they did it and they paid me. But see, I got to do all that explaining for you to get it and say, oh, okay, well that makes sense. Now you could be a fitness instructor. Oh, you were doing low impact working out, like for people like you. See, they can't accept it if you don't give the other explanation, because their mind just won't compute it. It doesn't make sense if you just say fitness instructor. But if I was to turn around and say I was a cook, you just accept it. Oh yeah, a cook, yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I know you be throwing down. Oh, you know that for sure? So I'm a cook, right? Here's another stereotype. I must be a cook. I must throw down because I'm big. So by your analyzation, being big equals cooking. But the last time I checked, being big actually only equals that I can eat a lot, right? It ain't nothing to do with me cooking, right? But you would much rather accept that I'm a great cook than I'm a fitness instructor because it fits the imagery, right? Okay. So, again, like if we were going to sit here and break down all of the stereotypes, how long would this live be, really? If you're a bigger person, you're lonely. You must be lonely, right? That fits the program. You must be a lonely person because you're big. And depending on the way that you're shaped, because all big people don't carry their, fat the same way. For me, I am 300 pounds. I actually got up to 350 pounds. And it could sound cute and be like, oh, that was that happy way. I was in a honeymoon phase and, I just was so in bliss, blah, blah. But guess what? When I got up to 350 pounds, I did definitely feel the difference in my stamina. Because like I said, at 300, I am able to work out for like an hour. But at 350, those extra 50 pounds, it made a very big difference. And I wasn't liking the fact that, I actually felt out of shape. I actually felt like the number that I was. Where now at this weight, even though obviously I'm on the weight loss journey, so I'm not 100% content with how I am. That's never been a secret. My whole time that I've been on social media, that's my biggest brand, is the whole BBW weight loss journey, this and the third. You wouldn't be on a weight loss journey if you were content with how everything was molded, you know what I mean? But the difference is I just want to do a little bit of sculpting to what's already there. I don't want to drop a significant amount of weight. I do still want to be in the 200. I'm thinking more like around 240, 250, something to that nature. So that means I got about 50 to 60 pounds to lose. And then that will complete my weight loss journey. But everyone is not shaped the same. And depending on if you work out, it will help you to keep a frame. So like people who don't work out at all, you can kind of tell. I've been around other 300-pound people that are the exact same weight as me, same height, and they look different. Now again, it just depends on what you're trying to do to kind of like tone it up. Because I'm not 100% toned, you know what I mean? Like, I obviously need some work with getting it right, getting it tight. But what I'm saying is, for me to be 300 pounds, I still feel like, I still kind of got a smaller waist for my frame. And I feel like most of my weight is in my thighs. And in the back, in the butt, and my arms, I need to tighten those up too. But I do feel like that as long as I stay on my journey, I don't feel like that it should be that difficult. But what my problem is, I don't have the consistency. That's the number one thing when it comes to this journey. You have to be consistent. consistent. It don't matter how much weight you lose. If you fall off that bandwagon, especially if you stay off too long, that is going to definitely set you back. Because then you be starting all over. You gain them pounds right there. So, yeah, that is definitely something that we need to do, is stay consistent. Even with eating disorders. Now, I've been transparent and I've shared that at a certain point I had an eating disorder. But because I don't look like the quote unquote person who suffers with eating disorders, it's the imagery of, well, how do you have an eating disorder as far as like being bulimic? And because when people hear bulimic and anorexia, they go more towards the other end, that you're skinny and you're having an eating disorder. Boy, I did have, an issue with starving myself. And again, the imagery, you starved yourself. There's no way you starved yourself. Look at how you look, So again, this is why you can't just look at a book and think that you know what's going on, So when I was really, really desperate, I would do certain things. And because I don't look like in that realm, when it comes to like depriving your calories and throwing up, these are all things that when you think of people doing those type of things, you're going to think of skinny people, right? But this is what I'm saying. You can't just assume. You can't. Because you don't know anything really by just looking at someone unless they open up to you and tell you their story. So the point of this particular live was to debunk some of these stereotypes and things that are placed on people that are bigger, that has to go through, certain things. So then it's like, what's the impact of all of these stereotypes and things that people are putting on these men and women? Even if you didn't have low self-esteem, you don't think with dealing with all of these things day in and day out that eventually you're going to get it at some point? Even if it wasn't inward, now it's external. They put it on you. You didn't even put it on yourself. You felt good about yourself, but then the world made you feel bad about yourself. I can accept it more if you feel bad about yourself on your own. But when the world make you feel bad about yourself and you didn't feel bad about yourself, it's just something a little more sadder to me than when it's that way. The impact of these things, you're discriminated against in different ways. How many different ways that you think you're discriminated against? First of all, depending on how big you are, can you imagine the type of stuff they go through just doing day-to-day stuff, like going to a buffet? They can't enjoy something like that because of the prejudice they already know they're going to face. As soon as you walk in, you're going to have the people that's nudging. Hey, look, over here. Then for real, they do that. Hey, right there. Now they ain't supposed to be here. You better get back up there. They're going to eat all the food. Like, these are all the jokes, right? Because someone else's pain is fun and games to someone else. So, a lot of times we don't really think about that deep into what is the possible impact of these stereotypes and judgments. Bullying, especially if it's a kid and they're going through this. Now, everybody has different opinions about overweight children. And I know that's a very touchy and sensitive topic because no one is going to want their child to be overweight. Come on. But there are some people who feel like that as the parent, you need to control the food or whatever to, restrict the calories and this, that, and the third. But a lot of times, especially if the kid is already at an age where they got money and stuff, there's only so much restricting you can do, because they can go to the corner store, get their stuff when you're not with them. They can go in school, eat this, that, and the third when you're not with them. So even that becomes a challenge. And then it becomes a vicious circle, because at first you're eating for satisfaction, and then when the bullying and all that stuff come in, now you're eating for, soothing yourself, because for some people, that's how they do. I definitely comfort eat. It's something that I feel like I've gotten better with, but it's still a thing for me. Everybody has their thing. Like, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't participate in any extracurricular activities, so those are not any kind of sources that I can use when I need like that quick release, because for whatever reason, like somebody's stressed, they go outside, oh, let me get a cigarette real quick, or I need a drink, this, that, and the third. But like I said, I don't have those things. So when I'm trying to be a little more healthier, I will like say, okay, I need a journal, or let me do some music, or let me put on a good movie or something. But that's the healthy things. But when the healthy things aren't enough, then I might want to go in there and get me a snack to go with the movie. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out how to break that cycle. So yeah, that's the ongoing thing. So on YouTube, Milkman, you put, why are you defending your weight? So one, that doesn't even make any sense. Okay? Because nothing that I've been saying up here is a defense to my weight. This is me explaining my weight journey, the things that I'm going through, the things that I'm, hoping that other people that are going through it can identify with and get some kind of validation that they're not alone in their journey and struggle. And to make people aware of the things that happen behind closed doors that they may or may not know, care about, or may not care about. And to know that sometimes doing something that you feel might be harmless actually can have a lasting impact, depending on how strong that other person is mentally, emotionally, and things to that nature. But another impact that you're going to have is being overlooked. If you're a bigger person in this world, you're going to be overlooked a lot, for different things and different reasons. And I'm not even referring to like love life, because everybody is entitled to their own preference. So even though you may have missed out on a good man because he was too fat for your liking, but he came with all of the check marks checked off in all of the other areas, boy, you couldn't get over the weight, you're entitled to that. In the same way with a woman, she might come with a lot of green check marks, but that red hefty one, you can't get past the way how she looks. I'm not referring to that. That would be under a preference. So if you feel like you got overlooked because of how you look as far as romantically, then that would mean that you have to do something about yourself. If you feel like you're missing out on opportunities because you can't shame someone for having a certain type. That's just what it comes down to. However, there are things that you can get overlooked in where that shouldn't play a part. So for example, if there's a role, like I said, it could be a role where if you were somebody who's on a job and they're, you know, going to look more in the area of beauty, even though the character is not even, that's not what you're being shot for. You might miss out on that. You're going to miss out on that. If you work at a job and there's promotion coming up and your job has nothing to do with beauty, boy, and you're bringing all of the things and ideas and this and the third, but the man crushing on that girl because she's his type and he's going by something that has nothing to do with anything, yeah, you might get overlooked for that. There's other things that, like I said, where you might get overlooked, and there's nothing you can do about it, I guess. Boy, that's why I'm just bringing awareness that these are things that, you know, the community deals with. You're going to be underestimated, like I said, even with me with the whole dancing and everything. The girl not knowing, like, oh my gosh, okay, you still going at it, kid? You still dancing? You're going to be underestimated. They don't assume that you can do a lot of the things that you can do. Because again, you've already been put in the class of lazy, underachiever, undisciplined, like all of these negative things, because they're like, oh, you can't even control your calories. So you don't have your life together. Like, we're going to just ride you out, you know. So it's a thing. There's even a thing where, like, you can even be given lower health care, like lower quality health care, because a lot of times when you come into a doctor's office or emergency room for something, if you're a bigger person, it's always going to come back to your weight. It don't matter what you in there for. You can know for sure that you hit your finger on something and that's where it comes from, but they're going to be like, well, you know, you are 300 pounds. Sir, my finger got slammed in the car. I'm here because it's a blood clot. But you know, you need to start eating less. You need, like, wait, sir, what are we doing here? I'm not here for any of that. Like, I am talking to you about something totally different. But that's the thing, where you will get overlooked because no matter what you're there for, it gotta be physically related to you being obese. So, yeah, unfortunately. And you know what's crazy? A lot of people get offended by the word fat, right? So if somebody say you're fat, you're going to automatically, like, have a negative connotation, right? You're like, what? Excuse me? That is rude as hell, right? So there was a Google search I did that said, how do I say fat in a nice way? There were some very interesting words that came up. So to all my bigger people out there, did Google do a good job? Do you feel better about these word choices, or are they just equal to fat? You know, and it really don't matter because we all know what you mean anyway when you use these other words. So one was plump. Okay, do you feel better being called plump? Ample, voluptuous, busty, well-rounded, curvaceous or curvy, chubby, overweight, obese, chunky, well-fed.
Well-fed?
Let's sit in that one for a second. Oh, you're not fat, you're just well-fed. All right. Stacked, well-endowed, plus size, BBW, big bone. Let's stop at BBW too, because it's some people who feel like, you know what, I'm gonna just finish a couple more. Big bone, thick, full-figured, hefty, and portly. Okay. So some people feel like all of these words are just a cushion for just saying that you're fat. And they, Milkman said, don't forget healthy. So they feel like that, you know, as a cushion, these are cushion words, and just say what it is, just say you're fat, blah, 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 whatever. So even the term BBW, because that's what I go for. I go by BBW, and I was told BBW is just a cushion word. It's, you know, it's trying to soften the blow of what you really are, which is just fat. And I'm like, okay, BBW, big, beautiful woman, big, beautiful woman, big. Okay, I keep emphasizing big because literally the very first word is big. So, like, how exactly is that trying to hide from anything? It's literally saying what it is. So, yeah, I don't really know about that, but I am going to be talking about other layers to this obesity thing, and you know, it'll be different angles. Like today was just literally about the stereotypes. Today was literally just about the stereotypes and, you know, the titles that other people want to place on us, or the stuff that we are not allowed to place on ourselves unless they deem it okay. You know, tomorrow we will be talking about guys versus girls. Is there a difference? Personally, I believe there is, but I'm curious to know your opinion. Is it a difference when it comes to plus size men and plus size women? Are the struggles the same? Is it a little easier for one category than the other? Is one category judged just a little bit more harsher than the other category? I'm going to save my vote for tomorrow, and I will say, yes, I do believe that one category has it a little easier. I won't say it right now which category I'm talking about, but if you being real, you know exactly what category I'm talking about. Because I know darn well which category got it just a little bit harder in these streets between the women and between the men. So, one thing that I want to make clear, okay, my public service announcement, I am a BBW advocate, okay? I do not glorify obesity, and I do not encourage anyone to be unhealthy. Absolutely not. However, I do advocate for body positivity and self-acceptance, regardless of one's body size and regardless of society's beauty standards. And, you know, I just want everyone to know that enjoying a journey along the way just means don't wait until you get to the finish line to be happy, to be content, to feel good enough, to feel worthy. You have to figure out how do you somehow channel that energy in the now. Because that's all we have. We only have the now. That's it. Like, can we sit here and really go back and talk about how many years I've been on this weight loss journey? Because I gain and then I lose, and I gain and then I lose, and then I don't be like gaining and losing small numbers. Like, my numbers be hefty, okay? It ain't no 10 pounds here and there. I gain 50, 60, 70 pounds, then I turn around and lose 50, 60, 70 pounds, then I gain 30, 40 pounds. So it's like big numbers that I'm shuffling. So my main thing was never losing. Like, I always can lose the weight. It's just consistency. I never can keep it off. That's where I struggle. I really struggle with losing. I struggle with keeping it off. So that's what my new challenge is figuring out how to maintain. Because in this specific situation, when it comes to weight loss, it's never over. It's a forever going thing. You're always on the hamster wheel. You can't get off, because even once you lose it, now you got to maintain it. You know what I mean? So that's what the problem is. Maintaining. That's what my problem is. Some people can never lose. I lose all the time. I never can maintain. So that is the challenge that I have to figure out. And hopefully anyone who tapped in, you know, was able to relate to some of this information, get some insight from my personal experiences, and, you know, get some insight on what other bigger people, you know, struggle with or go through. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow at 5, or you catch the replay. If you like what you know, we're hearing, make sure that you give me that like, make sure you share, and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. And I am going to end this live, and I will be back tomorrow to see you guys with some more information and for part 2. All right. Bye, guys.